I'll be honest, I'm still trying to wrap my head around how everything went so wrong. My name's Christina, I'm 26, and I thought I had dating figured out. Turns out I didn't. The worst part is, I can't even decide if any of this was really my fault or if I just played the wrong hand at the wrong time. In my early 20s, I learned to be practical about love. I stopped giving my whole self to men who hadn't earned it. I told myself I'd only give my best to someone who truly deserved it. Then I met Eli. He wasn't the loudest or the most charming guy in the room, but he was steady, genuine, kind. He never tried too hard to impress me. He just showed up as himself. We met through a mutual friend, started talking, and before long, we were spending every weekend together. Being around him felt easy, safe in a way I wasn't used to but welcomed. I caught myself thinking, this is the type of man you build something real with, but I wasn't ready to hand him everything. I thought if I held back, if I made him wait, he'd value me more. That's what I believed, that men respect what doesn't come easy, that if you want something serious, you take it slow. So I built walls, telling him things like, I just want to move carefully because I care about you. And he believed me. But here's where I complicated it. I wasn't actually waiting myself. While I was making him wait, I still had other connections. Nothing serious, just familiar, comfortable distractions. I told myself it wasn't wrong, because we weren't exclusive, and I was still trying to see if Eli was truly the one. But deep down, I knew I was dividing myself. I kept Eli in this clean little box labeled future potential, protected him from the messy, complicated parts of me. I thought if I kept him separate, he'd see me as special. What I didn't think about was that maybe he wasn't asking for some perfect version of me. Maybe he just wanted honesty. After 3 months, things looked perfect on the surface. He was consistent, more than anyone I'd ever known. Morning texts, thoughtful dates, small compliments like, "You're not like the others." And every time he said that, my guilt grew, because he didn't know. He didn't know that while he was investing in me, I was still leaning on old habits when he wasn't around. It wasn't about malice. I wasn't trying to hurt him. It was more like I was stuck between who I wanted to be and who I had been. Then came the night it all collapsed. We had dinner at his place, opened a bottle of wine, curled up on the couch. It felt like something out of a movie. We started talking seriously about the future, and instead of just nodding and smiling, I opened up. Not about everything, but enough. I admitted I hadn't been exclusive, that while I cared about him, I hadn't completely closed off from others. At first, he didn't react. That silence was heavier than yelling could have been. Finally, he said, "You told me you were waiting because you cared." I nodded and tried to explain that was true. That's why I was waiting with him, because he mattered more than the others. But to him, that didn't make it better. He said he thought we were building something together, that he wasn't just waiting, he was investing. And in that moment, I realized what I thought was strategy looked to him like betrayal. He didn't explode. He didn't insult me. He just walked into the kitchen, leaned on the counter, and said quietly, "I need space." That was it. And I knew something had shifted permanently. I left that night and never saw him again. I tried texting the next day. No response. A week later, still nothing. Eventually, I gave up. It's been 7 months now. Through mutual friends, I heard the whispers. People saying I was heartless, that I strung him along. None of them really knew. The truth is, I wasn't trying to hurt Eli. I thought by making him wait, I was proving I was different, showing him I was worth committing to. But in reality, all I did was show him I wasn't ready for the kind of love he was offering. I didn't lose him because I didn't care. I lost him because I was trying to protect something by hiding behind a version of myself that wasn't honest. I thought waiting would make me look like someone worth keeping. Instead, it showed him that I was saving him for last, and he realized it before I did.